Stevie, they sing about love. Now tell me what you know about it.
That's what we got. That's what we need. Sing with me.
Baby, that's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. We all need it.
Tell me what makes the world go round and what's the way you're found. Say it, brother. L-O, sing it with me. L-O, say it, brother. L-O-V-E, we got it.
Love ain't just romancing somebody.
Love ain't just slow dancing at some party. Love stands strong. Love lasts long. Love's gonna have your back. As long as we're loving and we got each other, there ain't nothing wrong with that. We got love. That's what we got. That's what we need. Sing with me.
Baby, that's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. We all need it.
Tell me what makes the world go round and what's the way you're found. Say it, brother. L-O, sing it with me. L-O, say it, brother. Got you, baby, with you through thick and thin. Getting through your troubles time and time again. From day one, you knew you had a perfect blend. And that's love, love, love. Now, inspiration is my number one forte. A few kind words each and every day. Still be together when you're old and great. Now, that's love, love. Tell me what you know about. That's what we got. That's what we need. Sing with me.
Baby, that's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. We all need it.
Tell me what makes the world go round and what's the way you're found. Say it, brother. L-O, sing it with me. L-O, say it, brother. E-E-L. love you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're wrong. I love all of you. That ain't you. Before we get into this shoe, all the real live people, get your hands up. Get your hands up. Get your hands up. All the real live people, get your hands up. Get your hands up. Get your hands up. All my neighbors in the house, just get your hands up. Get your hands up. Get your hands up. All my neighbors in the house, get your hands up. Hey, girl, get me up, baby. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right, ladies. Hey, ladies. Are y'all ready for this? I want you to come up front, cause it just might be something you missed, girl. You touch and go, don't you know you can't hide? No, no, baby, when you leave it out, it's only enough to get me by. Ah, playing the game, it's so plain. You want me to win. I'm willing to play whatever you say. If love is the end, playing your game, baby. Your game, baby. Just you and me. Playing your game, baby. Your game, baby. Nobody but you and me. Start to stop. You know what you got is what I need. Oh, yes, indeed. When you give it out, it's only enough. Hey. Ow! Ooh, baby. Playing the game. It's so plain. You want me to win. Girl, I'll play whatever you say. Your love is the end. Your game, baby. Your game, baby. Just you and me. Ow! Your game, baby. Your game, baby. It's you and me. Oh, yeah. Bang! baby. Talking about a yogi. Your game, baby. Oh, your game. Your game, baby. Your game. Your game, baby. Playing your game. Do you try to stop now? It's your game. That's right. Your game. Your game, baby. As a love to Mr. Star Stevenson. Your game. Sweet Jaja. I love you so much, baby. Your game. Your game. Your game. Oh, your game. Your game, baby. What's on the crew? What's on the chipper crew? Your game, too. Barbie crew. Yeah. Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud. I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. And 1,000 violins began to play. Or is it the sound of your hello? This music I hear, I get misty. Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud. I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins began to play. Or is it the sound of your hello? This music I hear, I get misty the moment you leave. Can't you see that you're leading me on? That is just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost, baby? That's why I'm following you. On my own, shall I wander through this wonderland alone? Never knowing my right foot from my left, my head from my glove. I get misty, and I'm too much in I just walk my way, and I'll do anything you tell me that you want me to. I just walk my way, girl. I just walk my way. I'll do anything you say to get the point, get the point, get the point, get the point to me. I just walk away. I'll do anything you say. Walk away. Keep me Mr. Baby. Ow. Can't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own. Shall I wander through this wonderland alone? Never knowing my right foot from my left, or my hat from my gloves. I get misty, and I'm too much in love. I get misty, misty. I get misty, misty. I get misty, misty, and I'm too much in love. Too much in love. Oh, good. Too much in love. Super serious. Super serious. Thank you so very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now look here. But it don't mean a thing if it don't got to go swing. You go do-wop, 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 do-wop. We're going to do this one over, y'all. My special request, y'all. You got that go swing. We're going to do it for Sean and Vinny of Harvard University. If any, Vinny and Sean known to body to dawn. They go do-wop, 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 do-wop. All right, thank you. I want to see the people, not sides. Yes. I get a groove when I look at you. Don't mean a thing, y'all, if it don't got to go swing. You go do-wop, 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 do-wop. Y'all want to sing it for me? Hit it. Hit it now. Let me hear you. Oh, I love you when you do it again now. Yeah. Hello. Let me hear. Don't need a thing if it ain't got to go swing. You go do-wop, 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 do-wop. I love you like that. It don't need a thing if it don't got to go swing. You go do-wop, 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 do-wop. Look at here. It don't mean a thing if it don't got to go swing. You go do-wop, 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 do-wop. It don't mean a thing if it don't got to go swing. You go do-wop, 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 do-wop. All right, hit it one time, fellas. It don't mean a thing if it don't got to go swing. Yeah, you go do-wop, 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 do-wop. Come on, ladies, hit with a minute. Let me hear you now. It don't mean a thing if it don't got the go swing. You go rock, wow. Hey, hey, baby, your lips are like a red and ruby cherry. Well, you're never in a hurry. Make me want to go do wop, wow. Your lips are like a red and ruby cherries, brighter than the summer sky. If you ask me, I couldn't tell you why. Yeah. It don't mean a thing if you don't got that go-go swing. You go do-wop, a do-wop, do-wop. It don't mean a thing if you don't got the go-go swing. You go do-wop, do-wop, do-wop. Get on down for me one time, JB. Do it by yourself. Special shot going on the breathing rim. What's up, crew? And all the lovely ladies from the 80s and the 90s with the bigger hat. All these lovely young hunters down front here. Come on, talking to you too, baby. Yeah. Going out to Sweet Santa. And all the lovely people that were at the classic that night. Well, hit me right there, Brian. Yeah. Any way you want me. Yeah. Everybody from Silver Spring and Largo and Bowie. We got Bowie in the house with us tonight now. And Landover. Any way you want me, maybe that's the way I'll be for you. I can be your strong man, one that's gentle too. Don't choose the wrong man. You know I'm good for you. Satisfaction, guaranteed. Satisfaction. Satisfaction, guaranteed now. Satisfaction, baby, guaranteed. Satisfaction, yeah. Well, anytime you call me, baby, that's the time I come to you. Yeah. I run down the high road, walking down the low. Shortest road is your road. That's the way I'm going to go. Satisfaction, oh, satisfaction, yeah. Satisfaction, guaranteed. Satisfaction, give it a shot, take me home.
They say I'm crazy, the way you got me open, baby. They say I'm bugging, the way I'm tight sweating your loving. Check it out. They all sit and wonder why this feeling I cannot hide. It ain't a question of pride. Oh, oh, oh. What is it? It's love, yeah.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is James Perry, and I work for an organization up the street, across from the big chair, called Family and Medical Counseling Services Incorporated. We are an organization that's been in Ward 8 in the community for 47 years. We were started by 4 social workers in one little room, and they decided that HIV and AIDS wasn't getting attention in Ward 8 like it should, like it was uptown in Whitman Walker. So they started an organization. From that one room with 4 social workers, we had developed into a organization that has the whole 3rd floor of the professional building, 4021 Martin Luther King, 2041. And what we do, we have wraparound service in the community. We have outpatient drug programs. We have social workers. We have therapy for children as well as adults. We have a whole pediatric for children. We have adult medicine. We have a very, very large outreach footprint in the community. We have a needle exchange program where we go around and take dirty needles, get them off the street, and give new needles, which is a harm reduction method slow down, spread HIV and Hep C. We have 6 vending machines, harm reduction vending machines throughout the city. And in those vending machines, we have Narcan, and we also have condoms and female condoms and Band-Aids and wound care kits, other healthcare products. And we have that because in the community, we have some of our family, they don't want to come into a doctor's office or hospital for various reasons. And this is like a low barrier opportunity for them to get the products that they need. So we're very excited about doing that. Also, I myself wear different hats in the organization. I've been in the organization 15 years. I'm the senior navigator for the organization. I'm also a certified addictions counselor. We have outreach teams that pass out Narcan. We have a van that goes around, and we got a crew that just goes from strip to strip, hot spot to hot spot, reversing overdoses. When we're doing a lot of good work in the community, and so a lot of other people that I see here, it's like every time I come to one of these events, I see the same people, right? And I'd like to say this too, it always hurts my heart when I come to these places, because this place should be packed. It should be standing room only because of the information and the subject matter that we're dealing with. Fentanyl is running rampant in our communities, man. Our children are dying, our old folks are dying. One of the things that I do for the organization, I'm a Narcan trainer. I train people how to administer Narcan. And one of the things that I like to tell people, and I'm going to tell people that's in my earshot right now, is a lot of people have a misconception. They think that when they think about Narcan and overdose and reversing overdose, they think about heroin addicts. They think about the man in the alley, and whatnot, right? But I'm here to let you know that we have a lot of seniors is ODing, and they're ODing because they're on pain medication. They're getting old. They might have dementia. They might forget that they took their pain medication 15 minutes ago and take it again, and they OD. Somebody needs to have Narcan in the household. Somebody needs to know how to administer it. So it's very important that we take this public health problem a lot more serious than we're taking it. Any questions? No questions. Yes, sir.
Do you think that there's a chance? Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Do you think that there's a chance that, like groups like that, like you guys that jump out, like I call it jump outs, right? To like go to a hot spot and then provide a resource. Do you think it would be valuable for other organizations to join y'all on that series of, going to the hot spots and provide resources? Do you think it would be like valuable for more organizations or more entities to do that?
I think that there are more entities other than Family Medical that do it. So I don't want to, I don't want to get the impression we the only one doing it. There's a lot of organizations that's in the city that's doing the work that we do. And they ain't been doing it for 47 years, but they're doing it. But to speak to your question, I believe that it's always, you never can have too many people trying to help somebody. And I also believe that it's very important that, we communicate like we communicate now, because what I'm telling you, I might not see your son or daughter or grandchild, but you will. So it's important that they know. It's important that, it's so many things that we do that affects the community. We clean up, we go in alleys and get the old needles out the alley so the kids don't stick themselves accidentally. I mean, that might not sound like much, but if your kid accidentally became infected, I think you'd think it was a very good service. So, it's a lot of things going on, and we need everybody. We need everybody we can get. All hands on deck. It's emergency. It's how you doing?
I'm great. Any other questions? So I'm going to talk to you real quick. I'm Flavor with Ward 78 Prevention Center. Also with 93.9 WKYS, Magic 102.3, Praise 104.1, TV1. I've been out here doing this work for a long time, and I'm talking about in the community. But in the entertainment industry, we find that there's a lot of drugs being used. How do you feel about the music that you hear And how did that affect you, or did it play a role with you early on
So I guess when you say early on, I don't know if you
when you were younger?
when I was younger, right? I was part of the problem. I wasn't part of the solution when I was younger. Um, when I was younger, I guess the music, um, and bad uh, role models, played a part. And I mean, best way I can explain it, monkey see, monkey do. A lot of us, most of us, we want to belong. We want to identify, and that gets deep because it could be you're not getting the love in the household that you need, so you seek it somewhere else. We got women, um, dealing with men that don't have their best interests at heart because they got daddy issues. We got sons that's out here because their father wasn't in their life. They look to you know men in the neighborhood or whatever they might be into negative things. But at the same time, as far as the music is concerned, to be honest with you, when I was coming up, and I'm probably a whole lot older than you think I am, but when I was coming up, music had a message, man. If you listen to music like Ball of Confusion, if you listen to that, you can't tell where they made that yesterday or back then because the same problems is going on. But nowadays music, from what I hear, a lot of it I can't catch what they said, but I catch a lot of negativity. Shoot this person, kick this person in the hind parts. To me, it's like the music is prepping you to destroy yourself, right? But I think that it's a lot deeper than the music because, let me put it like this. When I was a boy, right, and people told me to sit down, stop running, and all that, all I said to myself in my mind, because self-talk is very important. What are you telling yourself? What I was telling myself was, when I get old, I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's all I told myself. So what happened? So what happened was, as I got older, the first decision that I was able to make was dropping out of school at 16. They said, you 16, it's up to you. If you want to drop out, you can. Okay, I ain't really think it through, but I just wanted to make a decision for myself, and I dropped out. So now, boys do what they want to do, men do what they have to do. So if I told myself my whole life that I'm gonna do what I want to do, all I told myself was, as soon as I get old enough, I'm gonna be a boy. I never said I was gonna be responsible.
Wow. So as you made that adjustment, what was the key things that made you change your life? Was there like one thing in particular that made you decide, okay, I'm not going that direction anymore? Or was it multiple things? Was it a chain reaction?
Well, it was multiple things, but thing that I think was a turning point in my life personally was my mother died. And when my mother passed, right, that was the first time in my life that I knew I can't handle this by myself. You know what I mean? Up until that point, I thought I was this, I thought I was that. I made a lot of poor choices that put me in a lot of bad situations, but I survived them, and I thought it was because of me, my skill set. But when my mother died, man, I can't really explain it. I just intuitively knew that, man, this is a big one. So what happened was, my mother was in the ice box in Washington Hospital Center because I ain't had no money to put in the ground because had used drugs, abused drugs. I had just got clean. I've been clean maybe 3 months. And so at that particular time, I was at a turning point where, as though I was getting ready to break the law because I thought I had a good reason for the money. And what happened was, a guy took a Wilson coffee can and he passed it around this NA meeting. And he said, look, my man, mother, we trying to get in the ground, man. Y'all need to donate. And a lot of these people I wasn't even speaking to, that I didn't think was on my level and all that, right? And they was putting money in the can. And it broke me down because what it made me feel like is that if somebody can help me, I can help somebody else. And that's when I turned my life to, I want to help people. And I went to school, to be a substance abuse counselor, and, got experience in outreach and so forth, so on. And I just been doing it for like 20 years.
For those that are watching, because we are live streaming this right now, what would you say to encourage them to not only to not use drugs, but to help the next person?
Well, as far as helping somebody, what I normally tell people is this: If you can look me in the eye and tell me that nobody never helped you, then don't help nobody. But I ain't found nobody yet that can tell me ain't nobody helped them. So I'm saying, man, somebody helped you, help somebody else. You know, I pay it forward. You know, that's what I would say.
Do you have any final words? I know you have to run.
I mean, I guess my final word would be to the young people just struggling with life and not getting nowhere. I would ask them to ask themselves this question. You've been listening to you all your life, and look where you are. So at what point are you gonna say to yourself, man, you know what? I'd be better off listening to somebody else. I've been listening to me all my life and I ain't getting nowhere. So like I say, you know, I would encourage them to be open for information. I would encourage them to understand that, you know, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should listen twice as much as you talk. I would encourage them to understand that when you're talking, you can't learn anything. All you can do is regurgitate information that you know. But if you want some new information, you got to close your mouth and you got to listen, man. You know, and I would also say that if you get honest with yourself, at whatever age you are, and you think about the hardships that you've been through, you have to be honest and say nobody did nothing to me. I did this to myself. So, like I say, give yourself a break, leave yourself alone. You know, get back to listen to the elders. Get off the social media and talk to somebody old. Find somebody old to talk to. They got time to talk to you, man, you know, and listen.
Awesome. Let's give a round of applause right now. Thank you so much, Mr. James.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. He is with the Family and Medical Counseling Services right across the street.
Right next to the big chair.
Right next to the big chair. Give him a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. And with that, we're going to continue on with more of our programming. Yeah, so, okay. So we're going to play a little bit of music real quick, and then we're going to go on with more of our programming in just 1 second. If we can go ahead and switch it over back there. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Compared to heroin, fentanyl is 50 times stronger. Fentanyl is also 100 times stronger than morphine, an opioid used to treat pain.
A lethal dose can be as small as 2 grams of rice. It is almost impossible to tell if a pill has been laced or not just by looking at it.
Illegal fentanyl is sold in the following forms: as a powder, small candies, in eye drops or nasal sprays, or made into pills that look like real prescription opioids.
Counterfeit fentanyl is being mixed with other drugs such as cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, Molly, Xanax, Percocets, and vape cartridges. This is especially dangerous because people are often unaware that fentanyl has been added.
40% of counterfeit pills tested contain lethal traces of fentanyl. Over 150 people die daily from overdoses related to fake pills, such as those containing fentanyl.
Testing strips can help identify fentanyl, but they cannot be trusted for sure.
Naloxone is a drug that is used to help reverse the symptoms of an overdose. Naloxone does not have to be administered by a medical professional. If you have it and have been trained, you can administer it as well.
Naloxone, commonly known as Narcan, can be used to reverse an overdose. Medical personnel should still be seen if possible.
Did you know that DC has a statute in place called the Good Samaritan Law? It ensures that a person who is in good faith seeks medical assistance for someone experiencing a drug-related overdose may not be charged or persecuted.
Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like me to go over everything. They say the time's supposed to heal you. I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I remember how it felt before the world fell at our feet. There's no difference between us, a million miles. Say hello from the other side. I must have tried 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart. When I called you, never seem to be home. Hello from the other side. At least I can say that I tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart. It don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. Hello, how are you? It's so typical of me to talk about myself. I'm sorry. I hope that you're well. And did you ever make it out of that town? Nothing ever happened. It's no secret that the both of us are running out of time. Say hello from the other side. I must have tried 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart. When I call you, never seem to be home. Hello from the other side. At least I can say that I tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart. It don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore.
They don't give you sweet thing. Say what? It's outside. Hey, I'm tired. And what it do? Southwest. The grind season. At 58, at Trinidad. Alley boy, rock wilder. Up all night, say what? And what it do? Hey, hold us all. Yeah, hold us all. Hey, grind season, what's the reason?
Check, 1, 2. Okay, and we're back. I want to welcome everyone out to our celebration of life conversation and our concert going on here. We are at the Go-Go Museum, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause for the Go-Go Museum. Gotta love it. Ron Moten and the whole squad, they have done an amazing job putting this facility together. We are on the outside, as you can tell. We're outside. It's nice weather today. There's a lot of things going on in our area, but we are right here as we are recognizing Overdose Week. This is International Overdose Week, where we're looking at the lives of many that have passed. And the world's largest annual campaign is ending overdose, remembering without a stigma those who have died, acknowledge the grief for the families and the friends that are left behind, And our goal today is to end the stigma and save lives from overdose. If you go to our table in the back, if you never seen Narcan or don't know how to use it, we'll have a demonstration of that in a little bit. And I want you to know some information. There's some details. Look at this. From January to May of 2025, there have already been 2,400 non-fatal overdoses. But there were 99 deaths. That's huge. 99 people. Those are lives. And a lot of lives that are left behind to mourn. Family, friends, associates. Those things mean a lot. And we have to find a way to get through this and make sure that we tackle mental health, because that's what it's about. Most of the times when we have issues with drugs and alcohol, it comes because of something that's not being taken care of. And especially in our communities, in low-income communities, if you will, in communities of African Americans, Latinos, communities around the world, because we're not talking about just race, right? We're talking about all types of situations that people go through where they turn to drugs and alcohol for their savior. And that is something that we have to work on, because mental health, although it's a stigma, it's taboo to talk about it, it's become a big thing now. And that's great that it's become a big thing. We made sure that this year that there's some funding that continue to move forward in that, making sure that we are taking care of our people. You know, we talk about, okay, we got to go get our blood pressure taken care of. Oh, I got diabetes. I got the sugar. No, you need to worry about your mental health, because a lot of that comes from your mental instability. And we have to learn how to deal with that. Fentanyl still is the leading cause of deaths. In the past 12 months, Ward 7 and 8 right here in Washington, D.C., we've had 103 opioid deaths. Black men have the highest opioid death rate in D.C. Need you to text "Long Live DC," please. Right now, text "Long Live DC" at 888-811. Okay, that's 1-888-7-WE for we help. You can also 1-888-793-4357. Again, that number is 1-888-793-4357. Now, today I have a special guest. I'm going to bring him on the stage. He has a story that he's going to tell us. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Ricky Jones. How you doing, Mr. Jones?
I'm doing great.
Community Bridges is an organization that he works with. He navigates the street navigator. I think that's the title. Yes, yeah. No. You can grab the microphone, sir. You can take it off the stand. Yeah. You move the stand over there. Just there you go.
All right.
So, you got a story to tell.
Yeah.
It's a good story though. I could tell, because you're a good-looking brother.
I appreciate it. I'm hanging on.
You're smiling. Look at that smile. Look at that beautiful smile.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself. Give us a little bit of background. How did you get into this? What happened? Where are we?
Yeah. So, you are looking at a full circle experience. I am from all over DC. When I was born, we were living right across the border in Chillum. I went to preschool at what's now Prestige Healthcare. That was my preschool.
Hold on. Prestige Healthcare, that building was a school?
Yeah, it was a preschool. Yeah.
I used to work there.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is some background.
Yeah.
Last thing I remember it being before that was you had to go to the correctional office. Yeah. You had to go check in over there. And then I saw Prestige, but that used to be a school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Connected to that, what used to be a church next door. I'm not sure if that's...
church is still next door, yeah.
So that was the preschool. And I have memories of running up and down the hill to Frederick Douglass House and hiding in Frederick Douglass House. I went to J.O. Wilson for kindergarten. And like most Washingtonians in the 90s, we packed up and got the heck out of Dodge. Okay. We moved to PG County, where my mother was originally from. My daddy was from K Street.
Okay.
My mama was from Hyattsville.
Okay.
Right? So, I got always considered K Street home, because that's where my great-grandmother was, and that's where my grandmother was, and that's where holidays were celebrated, and that's the DC I remember.
Okay.
You know, before things went a little darker, you know?
Okay.
So my journey, you know, started later in life when it comes to drugs and alcohol, right? I sit before you a person who's, you know, survived a lot of things, right? I'm a survivor of childhood sexual trauma. I am a person living with HIV. And I am a person who is proud to be living in recovery today with 8 years sober. So,
round of applause for that. 8 years sober.
Thank you. But my journey, you know, when I jumped off the porch, started across that river in Southwest at a little place called Tracks, where another sound of DC was born, which, you know, go-go is from here, but also, you know, DC can claim fame to a little segment of music called gospel house music. And, you know, what was interesting about that was the DJ who was at that club on Sunday nights was my minister of music on Sunday mornings. So, you know, I did not put those two things together. But when the famous district house mother, DJ Cedric, was the minister of music at my church, there was a light in that church that brought me to church as a child.
Wow.
But he was fired and for his sexuality. And later in my teen years, I was 14, 15, I ended up at the club and I'm dancing, having a good time, and catching the Holy Spirit on a Sunday night, and did not expect to be doing that. And but that's when I was first, you know, doing things I wasn't supposed to, being out late at night, running the streets. DC was a much different town. You know, Southwest was nothing but warehouses and clubs. And I kind of got lost in that, but that didn't start my drug and alcohol experience.
That's what I was trying to see if that entertainment life, that nightlife was the beginning. Was that the beginning?
No.
Or something else? What transitioned into you wanting to be involved in drugs? What happened? Were you introduced to it? Was it something that you just said, hey, this is what I want to do, or I'm gonna try it? Was it peer pressure? What was it?
Well, for me, it was, you know, first, I just love to party. I like to be up all night. I like to dance. I come from a musical city. DC, we party. I grew up running around on 2nd Street all night. It was too hot to play in the daytime. We played all night. I just love being up at night. And in my 20s, I guess that started to partner with like having to work, having to have responsibilities. And so, you know, I would stay out all night, work all day. And at first it's like, okay, well, if I drink, I can get through this. If I smoke a little weed, I can take the edge off. And then it was like, well, you know, how about this? Take a little bump of this.
Hold on, no. Go back to the part about the weed, because you're talking about, you started with the drugs, because that's where it started. What was the introduction?
Yeah.
What happened when you were actually introduced to any drug? What was it? Do you remember?
Well, you know,
we're not talking about the bump. We're talking about.
I think it's honestly. I think
because you're talking about marijuana. Because was that the start, or was it something else?
No, and that's why I was telling the story like I was telling it, because like all that other stuff kind of came and went. Like marijuana came and went, drinking came and went, even cocaine came and went. I was always able to party on Friday, party all weekend, use. And I think that is the thing that a lot of us take for granted, especially in the beginning of our addiction, right? So we don't realize that weekend warrior, like going hard from Friday to Sunday, some people have to do that.
So was that in your 20s when you first had the marijuana?
Yeah.
So was that the first drug?
That was, no. I would definitely say my first hints of addiction showed up.
Not addiction,
home.
the drug. Any drug. What was the first drug?
Well, that's what I'm getting to. My first sort of dip into like I need this substance was still in my mom's prescriptions.
Okay. See, when we get into it, you see that?
Yeah.
So it was a prescription drug.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was?
Well, you know, she always had like extra strength Tylenol or
that's not even prescribed really, right? That's just something that just lays around the house. Are we paying attention to this?
Yeah.
This is just regular over-the-counter drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know, like I said, I always like to be up all night, right? So if I was having a bout of what I didn't know was insomnia as a kid, I knew my mother had these pills that would put me to sleep. So if I had to be asleep, I would just go scrounge a pill. I wouldn't tell her. I just knew, you know, I knew NyQuil would put me to sleep. I didn't think about it having alcohol in it. And that's why I say that's like the beginning signs of the addiction.
Okay.
Instead of managing sleep, instead of telling people I have bad sleep habits as a teenager, I didn't know how to say that. I would just solve it with over-the-counter medicine that was around that I knew worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fast forward. You're
Yeah.
in your 20s, you're hanging out, you're partying.
Yeah.
You get some of the weed, you're doing your thing right there. It came and gone. Cocaine.
Yeah. Everything I was able to pick up and put down.
Did you do crack?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, crack was not on the menu. But I tried to, you know, being from DC, we have a very specific relationship with drugs because DC has its own sort of drug culture, right? So I remember trying things like, you know, smoking a dipper and like doing these things, but nothing really stuck, you know?
Okay.
And then around 29, you know, there was a financial crash. DC sort of started to shrink and I needed to get out. I moved to Atlanta and my grandmother passed away. And when my grandmother passed away, I did not know how to process grief. I got very angry. My grandmother passed away during a surgery, an elective surgery to change the battery in her pacemaker at Washington Hospital Center. She died on the operating table and it broke me.
No offense to Washington Hospital Center. It's just a story. Just want to
Yes, sorry. I don't know what happened to that doctor. I don't, you know, but it broke me. It broke me in ways I didn't even know were possible. And I was walking around sort of shattered and the drugs that I had done recreationally all of a sudden became medicine. They stopped the thoughts and the feelings and the grief and the pain and the fear.
So what were those drugs that were recreational at the time?
So at that time, I mean, that was Molly, that was Coke, that was a Percocet to take the edge off, all at the same time. You know, it was when a person can do that level of drugs, I now know they're fighting.
So you're doing uppers and downers at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Because once you're doing Molly, it's drying you out, your bones hurt. You've been dancing or doing God knows what for however long, and you pop a Percocet because everybody has them. And so that's this, and then Sunday rolls into Monday, into Tuesday, and all of a sudden you don't have a job anymore, but there's always a party to go to, you know?
So why? So did that happen where you didn't have a job?
Oh, yes.
What happened? What was the reason for not having a job?
Eventually, yes.
What was the outcome? I mean, where did that?
What had happened was, I was in California at this point. I had, Rolling Stone my way out to California, and I had decided that I would just work part-time and party full-time because that's what you can do in California. And I was young and I was cute and I have no reason to be in the house. And I feel like watching Little Nas X on internet this week, that's what I was like. I was walking around living my life and, well, thinking I was living my life. And eventually I just stopped showing up to work, right? Okay. And I found out this loophole at my job that if you showed up anywhere there was a location of the store I worked for, that you could pick up hours. That's all I needed to know. So I did a little magic with the state of California and proceeded to bankroll my party lifestyle for about 2.5 years until they caught me. But you know, we do what we do, as one does. But when I discovered that I had like ran out of funds and I wasn't going to be able to keep up this charade, I hopped in a car and drove to Texas. And when I got to Texas, that was the first time I hadn't used drugs steadily for 3 years, 4 years. And basically that ride to Texas, that drive to Texas was living a nightmare. I was in full psychosis. I had no clue. I still don't know what was real and what wasn't about that trip. But I made it to Texas. And when I got to Texas, I tried to patch a life together, failed, got back to California. I said, I gotta make this move final because California is going to kill me. I got to Texas and had 2 jobs, but no place to live. So I, spent like 6 months kind of on the road being a vagabond. Got to Texas and got 2 jobs and ended up at a wonderful place called The Ark, which turned the light bulb on that I was a mess.
So in that process, and what was the actual drug that really pushed you over?
So the drug that took me out is not really popular in the Black community, but it was crystal meth. It's popular in the gay community. I used crystal meth to work 2 jobs, to travel all the time. At the time, I didn't know what effect it was having on me because, so methamphetamine use is usually triggered by a use of a common drug called Adderall. And I had experience with prescription Ritalin and Adderall as a kid. So most, teenagers, college students might use Ritalin to help them study, Adderall to help them study. I had been one of those kids. I would use Vivarin. Like I said, I always had trouble sleeping and I always wanted to be up all the time. So crystal meth became this drug that allowed me to make the clock disappear.
So you were able to use that drug. Did you ever find yourself in the hospital because of it? What happened with right there? We got to get to it and find out where your change took place.
Okay, so let's get to change, right? So, I had been in Texas for a couple years and I just fell down the rabbit hole of using endlessly. I did not know, leaving California, I had hopped out of the frying pan into the fire. Texas was much easier to get drugs, and it was so much part of the culture that, I just didn't have to look for it. It just, by that time, it was falling out of the sky, it seemed like. And somebody I was using with sneakily took me to a NA meeting. And I did not know I was going to an NA meeting, so I was dressed for a party. And I get to this meeting, and I'm all like, hey, everybody, like, what's going on here? Why is everybody so quiet? And it was a meeting. That was my first exposure to real life recovery. I didn't know it really existed. I'd only seen it in movies, pretty much. I would say 6 months later after that, I just found myself hitting that wall again where I was becoming unemployed. I was partying so much that I didn't want to go to work. And, I said, I got to get out of here. And I came back to DC. And I got here and my mother did not know what the hell had happened to me, but she just knew something was wrong. And she took me to her apartment in Virginia Beach and she fed me and just looked at me crazy for 3 months while I slept 24 hours a day, and we fought, and I yelled, and I never told her what was going on with me, but she knew something was not right. And I want to say that was the end, but a year later I would relapse, go back to California, and when I got to California this time, what it took me 8 years to do, I did in 3 months. Within 3 months, I had lost my job. I was homeless, staying with some crazy person. And that's when I finally called my mother and told her, this is what's been going on. This is why for the past decade, you haven't seen me, heard from me. This is where I've been. And she put me on a train and brought me back to DC, April 10th, 2017. That's my clean date.
So from a train in California across the country,
Yeah,
you've seen the entire country.
yeah,
Your life was transforming, I should say.
yeah,
You got back here.
yeah,
You got yourself clean.
yeah,
You decided to give back.
yeah.
So now you're with Community Bridges.
Yeah, yeah. So, over my recovery journey, living in DC, with the rents at the prices they are, and sobriety being my priority, I ended up living in Oxford houses. While living in Oxford houses, I began the journey of becoming a recovery coach. Dang, that was like a bomb.
So you became a recovery coach.
I became a recovery coach. That started in 2002. So 5 years into my recovery, I started doing recovery coach training. I became a recovery coach, and a year later, the idea of this stabilization center sort of arose, and I was recruited to come interview, and I interviewed and got the job. While on the training, I certified as a peer with DBH, and all my cumulative experience of being in recovery and being a sponsor and being a person active in the Oxford houses allowed me to procure a waiver, and now I am certified as a peer in DC. And the stabilization center opens, and it's no other place but on K Street, where my whole journey began.
Wow.
Yeah.
Complete 360 right there. Mm-hmm. So with our young people that are here, I have some folks from YPLC. That's Youth Prevention Leadership Corps. They're here. We have people that are watching on TV. We have people from DBH and from other organizations that are here, from Ward 7 and 8. What would you tell them right now, your last words, to work and move forward? What are your last words of motivation?
Yeah.
Not last words, but what are your words of motivation?
My last words.
Definitely not your last words, but your words of motivation before we move on.
I would tell you this as a young person. Whatever you look in the mirror and that mirror tells you, it's lying to you. You are beautiful. You are young. You will never be younger. You will never be more beautiful. You will never have more energy. You will never feel better. And no matter how bad you feel right now, trust me, you feel the best you're going to feel in your life right now as a young person. Your healing might take a long time. If you've been through anything as a young person as I had, I self-medicated and went out and did things completely the wrong way. I banged my head up against every single wall possible. I thought it was fun, but all I was an addict with no money, right? All my money was going to self-medicating this trauma I had been through, not healing, not working on myself, not knowing how beautiful and young I was and how much the world was actually at my fingertips. I wish I would have known that just being young and curious is enough. If there's a place in this world you want to see, spend all your money and your time going to that. Don't waste a dime of your money, no pun intended, on a substance, on something to make you feel like you're escaping. Actually escape. Get an escape plan. Build your ship and get out of here. If that's what you want to do it with everything you have, because your youth is your biggest gift. Trust me. At 46, My hip is hurting while I'm sitting here.
Okay.
Enjoy yourselves. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. Your youth is your beauty. You are beautiful.
Yes.
Don't let anything tell you otherwise.
Okay. Give him a round of applause. Ricky Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, sir. Loved you. Loved your story. Amazing. Congratulations. May you continue to be blessed and continue to bless others, okay? Thank you so much for joining us today. All right, we're going to keep it moving. Demetrius, that's my brother right there. So we're going to do something on Narcan right now. We're going to do something on Narcan. We're going to show you Narcan. We're going to give you a quick piece on Narcan, a demonstration, I guess, of how it's you. He's already in doing his thing. Give a round of applause for Demetrius with the Ward 7 and 8 Prevention Center. Thank you.
All right, how you doing? I'm not Demetrius. I'm my brother. Are you all right? It looks like he's passing out on us. Oh my gosh, y'all see he's going down. No. He's having an overdose. First thing, you encounter somebody who may be experiencing an overdose. They tell you, try to make sure you come make sure the scene is clean. Make sure it's clear. Make sure that the scene is safe for you to get around that person. Try not to move too slowly. But if it's just you, move fast. Scope out the scene. Find the person. When you get to them, you gotta if you get them on their back, just tap them. Demetrius. You gotta call and make sure he's not responding. Now this is Narcan right here. Can you see that? It usually comes out of this box, and it's really simple. You will take this. Now he's laying on his back, all right. That's pretty simple. Put him on his back. Oh.
I'm all right.
You good?
I'm all right.
You good?
Don't give me nothing.
Don't give you nothing? Don't touch you?
Don't give me nothing.
Don't give you nothing?
Don't give me nothing.
Oh.
Don't knock him.
Don't Narcan.
Not for my last month. You see that microphone?
Here you go.
How y'all doing? That's some of the things that I encounter when trying to save a person's life, whereas though they don't want you to give them Narcan, right? They had an intention that they wanted to get high, and if they succumb today and it be their last day, then they be satisfied with that. But I'm not satisfied with it, right? So I'm going out, giving people Narcan, letting them know how to use it. The first thing you do when you come up on a situation like you seen the person laying there, you call their name if you know it. If you don't know their name and they're not responding, you're going to do a chest rub on their chest right here in the center of the chest. As a female, I would go here over her lip right here and get the stimulation that way. Then I'll take out my Narcan and put it into their nose with one squirt. There's one squirt inside this container. If the one squirt doesn't work, I give it 2 or 3 minutes. After that, I get another one out the box. Inside this box is 2 Narcans. After that, I'm using the one in the upper nostril, give it to her, continue to rub on the chest until they revive. After they revive, I roll them over into the recovery position. But sometimes the Narcan doesn't immediately work. If the Narcan doesn't immediately work, we have something that's called a recovery breathing, right? So what I would do, in a situation like this, I gave him the Narcan. He didn't get himself together. Now I'm going to give him what you would call mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. But what I would do, I wouldn't be scared to give it to him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my fresh, clean T-shirt out, and I'm going to go over him like this. Right? Touching him and blowing into his breath until I see his stomach rise, right? Why would I do that? To save a person's life. Is it extreme? Yes. Does it something I want to do every day? No. Is it something I will do? Yes. In order to save a person's life. After you save a person, they come and they become revived from Narcan, they start going to immediate withdrawal. They start spitting up. So that's when you're going to roll them over into the recovery position. What I do is I come from the back, and I sit up there and I take this leg first. I take the hand, put it under them,
put this one this way, and I take them and roll them over that, like that. That way, if they start to throw up and start withdrawing and go on the ground, they won't start choking and suffocate themselves. That's how you save a life. That's how you use Narcan. Call 911 as soon as you see the person that's unconscious. If you give a person Narcan, you won't be charged with any of the paraphernalia or drugs that's there. So don't leave a person to die. Call 911. If you don't have Narcan, someone can bring the Narcan so you can revive the person. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed. We're not done just yet. We still have something else coming up. We have the band that's going to perform for us this evening. The Too Much Talent Band will be performing. They're getting ready to come on stage and getting ready to rock out and have a little bit of fun. By all means, please support the Go-Go Museum. Please follow us on everything, livelong DC. If you took any pictures or anything like that today, please make sure you use the hashtag livelongdc. You can follow us on Instagram at, at wards7_8 youth leaders. That is wards with an S, 7_8 youth leaders. All right. All those that are watching us, please make sure you share this. We appreciate you for watching and tuning in. We have more things coming up for you. I'm DJ Flavor with 93.9 WKYS, the Ward 7 and 8 Prevention Center. Round of applause for our CEO. Give a round of applause for Roz Parker. She's over there. Give a round of applause for Nora Green Lane, Dr. Laura Green Lane. She's in the rear. Marsha is in the back as well. And of course, for Demetrius and our whole team for putting this together today. Also for our YPLC, our youth leadership organization, they're here right now and they're supporting us. I'm sorry? Oh, and of course for Mo. Give a round of applause for Mo. I gave him all his applauses earlier. He always forgets about me. He always forgets about me. Every event he forgets about me. Yes, ma'am. Long live DC. Long live DC. Hashtag. Live long DC. Yes. Live long DC. Hashtag live long DC. I'm sure I said it right the first time. All right, so the band, y'all come on up stage, man. Y'all can go ahead and start getting set up. Get ready to crank this thing out and have fun with us. Any questions, anything while we're getting ready? Mo? I don't know where Mo is. He's walking around. Nora, do you have anything you want to say as the band is coming on stage to get set up? Any questions out there, anyone? Anybody have any questions? Come on stage. Yep.
Hi, good afternoon and good evening, everyone. Thank you for showing up and showing out. I love to see our young people here. I do want to acknowledge our funder, the Department of Behavioral Health, that funds this. This is through the State Opioid Response Grant. So we have Mara and we have Dr. Fox here. So thank you, Jenna and Nora, for coming out. Roz said I need to share my story, but I do prevention work because I'm a daughter of a person in full recovery. He has 30 years. It was my father. He was a hot mess, Vietnam vet. He suffered from PTSD and he suffered for a very long time. It took several tries before he became really into that full recovery stage. So he's now has 31 years. I'm not going to tell you my age, but so many years later, thank you, that's right, 21 years, it's been a very long journey, but prevention saves lives. And the work that we do is really to help communities understand, making sure that there are resources available. So one of the ways that you can connect, if you have somebody who has a need, it's 1-888-7 We Help. Anyone in the District of Columbia can access that 24-hour helpline. Please reach out. For us, we try to mitigate this through protective factors. So having strong, caring adults really matter in the lives of our children. Also, having resources and social supports for our community, schools, a sense of belonging helps create and mitigate a lot of the harm that substance use can do. I grew up in a family of 11, and it is very easy for any one of us to have been substance user, and fortunately, that wasn't the case. But prevention has been, since I was a little girl, something that I've always done. So I'm very thankful and grateful for having the Ward 7-8 Prevention Center. There are 4 prevention centers throughout the District of Columbia. I appreciate Ron Moten for always allowing us to be here and hosting this event. Anybody that comes, please visit the Go-Go Museum. It's an amazing place and space. I want to thank the Ricky for sharing his story. Mr. Perry, who's from Family Medical Counseling Services. You can go over here in the community, get these resources. I also want to, and community bridges too, as well. There are resources available to us here that weren't there when my father was using. So it's a transition. I want to thank our band. This all came together real quick. So Too Much Talent Band. Thank you so much, Mr. Barry. It was wonderful. And Paul too. So many people to thank that made this event very special. And of course, the staff of the Prevention Center, Flavor, Marsha Middleton, Tony, Lauren, people that are not here that helped me on other events. Miss Geraldine, she had a baby. Hi Geraldine. And and others. So thank you so much. Who did I miss? Demetrius. How did I miss him? And Saturday, please, Saturday, our last and final event. This is International Overdose Awareness Week of Action. We've done 3 events. We did one yesterday. We're doing this one today. But Saturday at our Prevention Center, 3939 Benning Road at 11 to 3, we are having a community resource day. Please come on over. Please meet more of our youth. Come out and engage and have fun with us. But also let us remember those lives that have been lost. They're precious lives. And the numbers are, even though it seems like it's going down, there's still too many. And now that our young people are back in school, please reach out to somebody if you need help. Again, 1-888-7-WE-HELP. That is the number that you need to know. Thank you. Gentlemen, have fun. Let's rock it on out. Thank you so much. Oh, don't go nowhere, y'all. Y'all in for a show.
What's up, y'all? We go by the name of the Too Much Talent Band. I'd like to say appreciate y'all for giving us an invite. Want to show some love for the people around the neighborhood. I was born and raised here in Southeast DC, so I've seen a lot of change, you know what I'm saying? Especially what it is that we were just talking about. I don't want to speak too much on it because y'all already spoke the real, and we're going to have a good time. All right. Y'all ready? Okay. So you can check us out at toomuchtalentband.com and let you know everything that we do during the week. Also, how you can book us and everything that we do in the community. Also, all the bios of each and every band member on the Too Much Talent Band. All right. One, two. What
you say? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Roz insisted I come up. I was trying to be quiet today. I want to welcome you all to the Go-Go Museum and Cafe at Checker Enterprises. A lot of people don't know that this is a long journey to get here. It started with me working with a gay gang in Washington, D.C. called Check It. And they were down Gallery Place. D.C. spent $1 million a year on a police detail. Most people knew me at that time from the work I did with Peace of Hollis as the co-founder. But with no help from the government, no help from the city, right? I was able to take those young people, stars on the inside, the founder Check It, that you see at the front desk. And Star was locked up. And Star's sister had just got shot 3 times with an AK-47. And me and Diane Grooms were the 2 people checking on her, Chief Grooms, assistant chief. And when I went to visit Netta, Star called and said, let me speak to Mo when she found that I was there. And she said, why you don't help the gay children? And I was like, I'll help anybody that wants help. So when Star came home, Star pulled all the members of Check It together, and I met them at the Denny's in Trinidad. And I asked them, what do you want to do? And they said, we want to do fashion. And we started a clothing line. Now, at this same time, I was working with some young guys called Cruddy up in Chopper City, and I was working with Check, and they didn't get along. We ended up doing a fashion show together. They started a clothing line. Check It started a clothing line. We started doing big fashion shows. Fast forward, we end up renting this space out with a hub, a real estate company. They left, and we didn't know what to do. We raised $70,000 from our community and fixed this place up. And then the owner wanted to sell all 3 buildings. And we were able to get, after surviving for 6 years, when nobody wanted to be in Anacostia. And I say this, we have Republicans helping us, right? Jack Kemp Republicans helping gay children. I want y'all to hear that. Republicans helping gay children. And I'm just telling y'all that because you got to find good people wherever they at. And we found some. And then our elected officials started helping us, and they helped us get these buildings. All right, they did legislation, and we own the 3 buildings. And the Check It members that stood with us, they own the buildings with us. Erica and Star, they own these 3 buildings with me. And it's a community hub for the community. And then we decided to do the Go-Go Museum. And me and Professor Dr. Natalie Hopkinson curated and put that together. It was a lot of work with the Go-Go community to do it in a short amount of time. And our city not only did that for us, but the mayor helped all these Black businesses around here and gave them grants to do what no mayor has done since Marion Barry. And I think people need to know that because most of us can't own nothing because of the redlining. And I want the young people to know that you can do whatever you want to do because everybody doubted what we were doing over here. And if you got an idea, stick with it, right? Star's gone through, the Star right there has gone through a lot of stuff, but Star stuck with it, right? And I knew Star was that smart because Star didn't finish high school, but Star was running a gang of 200 people. So I know most people in college couldn't do that. You understand what I'm saying? So I knew what was in Star, right? She didn't take the traditional way, but Star was smart enough to stick with something. And I'm just telling young people, stick with something and stick with good people who are trying to help you because now, these days, everybody in D.C. is one step away from being on the street themselves. So back in the day, we would beat your head against the wall until you listen. These days, people might try to help you 1 or 2 times. They moving on because they don't have time to waste on people who don't take the help. So if somebody's out here trying to help you, take the help because everybody's barely making it in many cases themselves. So take the love because it don't always come easy. Thank Roz. We've been working with you for years. Thank you for what you're doing. I remember back in the day, they wasn't even funding it. And we were talking about K2. And we were dealing with that monster, right? So this has been a journey. It's like every, 10 years, they throw a new monster at us, right? But we're going to keep on working. A lot of lives have been saved. We haven't been seeing people fall out around here because all the businesses start getting Narcan. Everybody had it in this area. I remember you walk, every time you turn around, somebody was ODing around here. But because the Narcan got to the businesses, it got to the nonprofits, it got to the interrupters, we don't see it no more.
So I commend you all and your efforts and everything you're doing because it truly takes a village. Bless y'all.
Give a round of applause for Ron Moten. And I'm gonna add just a little bit onto that. See, a lot of people don't know that Ron was around me when I was a kid, when I was like 16, 17 years old. And I appreciate this brother for all the stuff that he continues to do. His dad is right there, the whole nine. So I'm another product of what Ron put together. All right. With that being said, we're gonna rock out. Let's crank, man. Hey, let's get this in. All right.
All right. Hey, man, shout out to all my go-go legends, man. Shout out to the people of DC. Shout out to Southeast. We gonna... I'd like to introduce somebody that I know personally. My good man, JP. Let's ride. Come on. Hey, man. Listen, I said we got to get straight to it. We might as well. Let's get it. Come on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Your sheets in front will keep on burning. Geraldine, I got love for you. Congress parking with the Crawford off Alabama Avenue. Alabama Avenue, yeah. Please home, Alabama. Alabama Avenue, yeah. Sweet home, Alabama. In this place, all right, come on, come on, everybody get busy. Southeast DC, born and raised. Come on, the playground is last week. I need pulling out racks and relaxing all the food and all the some people outside of the school with a couple of guys. They were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mama got scared. Since you moving on, somebody got a woman up. So, excuse me. Hello. Oh, Lord have mercy. What we doing right here? DC Convention Center for Ward 7 and 8. You know, we gotta love this side of town, especially when you're playing this type of sound. We got my main man, Go Rudy in the house, all my friends and my fiance Kim. Y'all ready? Yeah. Come on. Gotta be go. Yes, gotta be go. It's close to me. There's evil lurking in the dark. Under the moon, what's happening under the sun? There's no time. And never hit you right before you make it. It comes such a trick. It's a revolution right between your side. Your very love. And no one's thriller. Somebody's going to say, let's see what you all right, let's go. Here we go. Now hold it, beat. That's that Southeast go-go I like to hear. Feel like you in West Africa. Repeat after me, y'all. Come on. Southeast, Southeast. Everywhere. I can't hear you. Southeast, Southeast. One more time. Southeast, Southeast. Southeast. Say what, y'all? I think they ready.
You know we had to do one for the ladies one time. We just say, hey, sexy ladies, say roll with it, roll with it.
Hey, for GCB, if you see it, say, sexy lady. Give me your number, girl. Roll with it, roll with it. Sexy lady. Hey, what you say? Come on. I wanna rock your world. That's right. Let's go. That's right. Come on. Oh yeah! Good street food. I said I'm don't disturb people. Baby, don't disturb this Thank y'all so much. We appreciate the love support. Big shout out to the Go-Go Museum for having us. We appreciate the love. Y'all give it up one time. I like you. What saxophonist? Mr. Karen Taylor. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up one time for Lieutenant Dan on the bass. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Mr. Jeffrey Mitchell on the key. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Mr. Brandon Watts on the lead guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for our councilman, leader, the next president, y'all. This is the next president. Hey, yeah, y'all give it up for Mr. Jasper. I like you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for auxiliary percussionist, Mr. Ian Smack It Jack. Smack it, Jack. Go. Smack it, Jack. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest drummer to ever live, hailing all the way from South Jersey. Y'all give it up for my man, Mr. James. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, give it up for the man in charge, Skeeter! That's right. Hey, thank y'all so much. We appreciate the love and support. We're the Too Much Talent, man, y'all. Check us out on Instagram. Or just Google us up at Too Much Talent, man. We do this everywhere we go. Look, watch it, tip, the ball, tip, the ball. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Tip, the ball, tip, the ball, tip, the ball, tip, 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 hey, right, watch it, follow, follow the bag, follow the bag, follow the
Compared to heroin, fentanyl is 50 times stronger. Fentanyl is also 100 times stronger than morphine, an opioid used to treat pain.
A lethal dose can be as small as 2 grams of rice. It is almost impossible to tell if a pill has been laced or not just by looking at it.
Illegal fentanyl is sold in the following forms: as a powder, small candies, in eye drops or nasal sprays, or made into pills that look like real prescription opioids.
Counterfeit fentanyl is being mixed with other drugs such as cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, Molly, Xanax, Percocets, and vape cartridges. This is especially dangerous because people are often unaware that fentanyl has been added.
40% of counterfeit pills tested contain methyl traces of fentanyl. Over 150 people die daily from overdoses related to fake pills, such as those containing fentanyl.
Testing strips can help identify fentanyl, but they cannot be trusted for sure.
Naloxone is a drug that is used to help reverse the symptoms of an overdose. Naloxone does not have to be administered by a medical professional. If you have it and have been trained, you can administer it as well.
Naloxone, commonly known as Narcan, can be used to reverse an overdose. Medical personnel should still be seen if possible.
Did you know that DC has a statute in place called the Good Samaritan Law? It ensures that a person who is in good faith seeks medical assistance for someone experiencing a drug-related overdose may not be charged or persecuted.
Compared to heroin, fentanyl is 50 times stronger. Fentanyl is also 100 times stronger than morphine, an opioid used to treat pain.
A lethal dose